In this segment, we want to talk about how you handle windfalls. Once in a while, we all come into windfalls. That uncle dashes you money. Maybe your parents leave behind some inheritance for you, or whatever. We get into windfalls, and windfalls are monies that we were not expecting that comes suddenly into our possession. How do you handle windfalls? Windfalls have caused more problems for people than have solved whatsoever they thought were their troubles. One, because it's unexpected. And anything that is unexpected causes entropy into the system. It causes confusion. It causes imbalance. So, there is a way to handle windfalls. If you notice, there's something I have watched over the years where they will profile someone that won lottery, millions of dollars. 5 years down the line, they see that they are broke again. And you and I will say, if that kind of money ever came into my hand, I will never be poor again. But hey, there's something about money. If you don't know how to manage money, it will frizzle away. In fact, think about it. There are times you've gone to the ATM, taken like 50,000 naira, and before you know, you can't really account for that money. Sometimes you feel you have lost the money. But maybe by the time you get home, you think about it. Oh, I did this 1,000. I mean, the other one was 2,000. I dashed this person money 3,000. Before you know it, you realize you didn't lose any money. You actually spent it. And that happened because, one, there was no budget. Two, it was unexpected. And you just felt the money was going to be there always. How do you manage windfalls? First and foremost, if you have any money that is unexpected, this is how I have managed windfalls in my money. I just put it away. I behave as if that money never came. One of the things I usually tell my colleagues at work is this: money will never send me on errand. It's a deliberate choice that I made. Meaning, when I have money that I'm not expecting, I allowed it to cool down. The money must not speak to me. If you notice, whenever you have such money, ideas start coming, things start popping, things you've always wanted to do. Again, let me say this in passing. Money always reveals you to yourself. The very deep-seated thoughts in your heart starts coming up, and you manifest them when you have money. As someone once said, if you give an armed robber money, he will buy more guns. If you give a preacher more money, he will want to expand the church, get more materials. If you give a teacher money, they want to buy more books. They want to teach more. They will find ways, creative ways to teach. So money always brings out who we are. So when a windfall comes, yes, the things you always wanted to do somehow comes out. And then the other thing about it is that it brings pressure, especially when many people know that you had that money. I'll give you a personal example. When I was in school, I was fortunate to have one of the scholarships. And whenever those monies were paid, a number of my classmates that had those scholarships used to do what young people do with unexpected money. I didn't. I mean, it's because maybe because I knew who I was, the kind of family I was, the position I had, and why we needed that money as a family. Some people in my class felt I was, as commonly called, erudite. I was not free with money. But I couldn't also tell them what I was doing with it. I had siblings that their fees had to be picked up. That money was corporate salvation to my family, and it had to be used judiciously. But for the other guys, it was their money and they could do anything. They could throw a party, they could buy stuff for every member of a class. Which was, well, I'm not criticizing, but what I'm just trying to say is I couldn't do that at that point in my life. What I did was just plan with my dad on how best to handle that money. So, windfalls should not send you on errands. Windfalls should not just make you get into the market and buy all the things you always want to buy. Windfalls should be things that should be kept and planned for and used. So that's why you've been talking about budget and a plan. There are things to plan for, and when windfall comes, you can use them for those things. Windfalls, you can just put them in an investable fund. You can go and get a fixed deposit, buy a treasury bill. Just keep them aside while you live your life normally. Because without a plan, your windfalls are going to go away and you will never be able to account for it. So that's the little I can share about windfalls. When they come, as I said, already do have a plan before they come. Just have a plan. If I ever have this kind of money, this is what I'm going to do with it. If I ever have $1 million, this is what I'm going to do. If I ever have 100,000, this is what I'm going to do. If you have that kind of plan, when they come, it's easy to execute. The other thing we talked about was windfalls should not send you on errands. They should not agitate you to do the things that you must not do. Finally, we said, when you have them and when you don't have a plan, keep them aside while you live your normal life.